Hello knitters, Faylin from Strand Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have classes and we're going to talk about some baby stuff, so stay tuned. Okay, first class coming up is the sweater class this Saturday from 12 to 2, and I'm going to talk about baby sweaters. So you can do baby sweaters in a sweater class, and it doesn't, you don't have to do so careful of a measurement, but I'm going to do, this is my favorite baby sweater we've done. How adorable is this? Several people now have made multiples of this because it's so darn cute. So this is a raglan cardigan. You start down at the bottom, so this is Fair Isle. So the pictures are called Fair Isle, and it's stranding, meaning that you are picking up one color, doing it, and picking up the other color and doing it. It's stranding because it looks like that in the back. That's what stranding looks like, and that's why it's called stranding. And so this is a really good first Fair Isle and sweater kind of project, because it's not that big, and it's actually a pretty simple Fair Isle. And it's just so darn cute. So I haven't talked about this in a really long time. And this I actually made a set out of. So we did this out of the cashmere merino. So this is a sport weight. You can do a DK weight. It'll just be a little bit bigger. But if you want to, like the colors aren't right and you want to do DK, or you want to make it bigger, I'll have to look at the sizes. I don't know what the sizes are, but that's a possibility. But this is a really good first kind of sweater, or second kind of sweater. And then the set I made was this little blanket, just a little lap blanket, the bubble stitch. And then I actually made a diaper cover too. So sets are really a great idea, especially if you have baby, like shower stuff, you know, a sweater and a little pair of socks, or a sweater and a socks and a blanket. I mean, you know, it's endless. But anyways, so baby children's sweaters, doesn't have to be babies, it can be children's sweaters. And they're really good to learn how to do a sweater because they're smaller and the fit isn't as crucial. So if you wanted to learn how to do a raglan sweater and do the increased raglans, do a baby sweater. If you've got a baby or a child that you can knit for, do that size because it's faster, but you still learn. It's still the same process the whole time. If you want to do, how do you do a yoke sweater? How do you do a cardigan? How do you do whatever? How do you do Fair Isle sweaters? This is a very, very good first Fair Isle sweaters. So, so sweater class can include that. And the sweater class is this Saturday from 12 to 2. So if you don't want to do a baby sweater, but you want some other ideas, our floodlight tee, which I'll show you the picture of the one we have on the mannequin. But the floodlight tee, which I've talked about, this is a circular sweater, circular yoke. So yeah, with a cap sleeve, and it has a little keyhole in the back with a tie. This one used, I think, Dream, which is the top row up there, which is a DK weight yarn. It used a DK weight yarn, and then it used a mohair, like a very thin mohair. You do not have to do that. That's a little fiddly you can do it, but it's a little fiddly. So, but you can just do a different color of this and stripe it, or you cannot stripe it at all and just do it the way it is. All one color. It's all up to you. But the other one we have is striped and uses the Diversa, which we have plenty of colors for that. And so that's another idea for the sweater class. And yes, for this one, you will need to have your swatch, cast on 30 stitches, knit a row, purl a row for about 3 inches. Bring a garment that you want to fit the same way this fits. And what else? Bring a garment and your swatch and your pattern. Bring your pattern. So that's this Saturday from 12 to 2. Sorry, the traffic is really loud today. Now I have a car alarm going off. I can't wait around for these things. Okay, so on my needles, I forgot to talk about on my needles. So on my needles, I have the Peony. This is turning out really nice. Again, I was hoping this would be totally done after last week, but no knitting done. So it has this at the top, this lace, just yarn over knit 2 together thing. And it does it again at the hem. Other than that, it's just straight knitting. And it's fast, it's lovely. This is a cotton blend. What is this? A cotton silk. Cotton. silk and cotton blend. It's a really, really nice yarn. We have it in many colors. This color we're getting back in because I took the last few skeins. Yeah, so this is another option. This is just a rectangle. So this again is one of those easy ones to fit. It just needs to be how many inches bigger than your body do you want it? You want it 2 inches bigger, 4 inches bigger, 8 inches bigger, but you need to know what that is. So that's why you want a top. So this is a loose fitting top. So when you bring a top to measure against, it needs to be a loose fitting top. And pretty much it's a t-shirt, but it just depends on how oversized you want it. Some people really like a lot of room and real boxy because that's really popular right now, especially in the summer where you can just wear a tank underneath it and it can do whatever it wants to do. So you have to just make that decision. So that's it. That's peony. That's the peony sweater, and I'll have it up here. All right, so now it's market bag season. There's a lot of things we do seasonally. Like I crochet seasonally. I do a lot of crocheting in the summer compared to any other time of year. I don't know why, I just did, I do. And so there's just seasons for things. And market bags summer's the season for market bags. So we have several different kinds. We got knitted ones and we have crochet ones. And yeah. So these are a lot of fun. They're really easy. They're fast. This is my favorite one that I've done. I love this one. Get it to be right. So that's it. Isn't it adorable? My gosh. So this is that same cotton again. So, you know, don't come in quite yet because we don't have the colors. But this is super easy. If you just are learning to knit, you know how to knit, you know how to knit 2 together and yarn over is easy. You do the bottom of it and then you're gonna pick stuff up. And yeah, so this is yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together. Super easy, super fun, super useful and everything. And with the little tassels, which I don't have in, I got this off of Amazon, the tassel, which you could do. And I can see if we can get some more of these in because these are really nice. Because it makes the bag. Come on, it makes the bag. So we have that one. We have, and there's, yeah, and you can obviously do this in solids. You can do it in 2 colors. You don't have to stripe it. You can do it all in 1 color. You can do whatever you want with them. And then the other bag that is ever so popular is this one. And it's a market bag too. That's what they call it. But this is a slip stitch pattern. And we have some of this ribbon yarn, not a lot of it though, but we have enough for several bags. It takes two skeins for this is the smaller bag, and then there's a larger bag, and that one takes 3 skeins. This is a really fun bag. Once you get it going, so you'll come to class having knitted up. So if you're doing this one, you do need to get this going before you come to class. You're gonna knit this square. Just knit back and forth. And then in class, we'll get it all picked up and do what we need to do to transition to the sides. And then you'll get going on the sides. And once you do this, it's easy. You're only carrying 1 color at a time. You can do this all in 1 color. You do not have to have 2 different colors. It looks wonderful. But if you're doing 2 colors, you're only carrying 1 for 2 rounds. You pick up the other one, you carry it for 2 rounds, you pick up the other one, and you're slipping stitches. So it's like knit 2, slip 3, knit 2, slip 3, knit 2, slip 3, something like that. And then you have 2 rounds of just knitting. So it's a fun bag. Everybody that does this bag, this was our COVID bag. I had my knit group up in Pasadena. Still was involved in that and going to that. And so we started doing a Zoom class, you know, a Zoom meeting. And then we found this bag, and then we did this bag. All of us did multiples. It was so much fun to knit. Because once you get it going, it's mindless, but it's colorful. Color's a big deal. Like when you have colors moving and really nice bright colors, things just are more fun to knit. So that's the other. Now, crochet bags are just as good. So you can do this crocheted wise too. This is just like a single and then chain 2, single and chain 2. Okay, so this is an easy, this kind of bag, this look of a bag is easy with crochet too. Then I have some granny square crochet bag, which is like that. So you do your granny squares and then you join your granny squares. This is that same ribbon yarn, but you can use other yarns. And then I have this one. So this is granny square-esque, just that you have an extra, it's got 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a pentagon. But this is a crochet bag too. Again, it can be 1 color, it can be 2 colors, whatever you want. So this is a really fun bag to crochet. So I have knit ones and I have crochet ones, and you can come with either one of them. And that class is Sunday the 29th. Sunday the 29th from 10 to 12. So market bags, Sunday the 29th from 10 to 12. Okay, the next one coming up is the coaster class, and that's Saturday the 21st from 12 to 2. And so here's the coasters. So you'll learn the coaster. And this is crochet. This is a crochet class. I have a couple crochet classes. This is a crochet class. All right, so these are the coasters, and they have the little beads on them. They're really cute. So this is really good if you wanted to do, you already know how to crochet. You have to know how to crochet, and you just need the basics, slip stitch, half doubles, and doubles. That's it. And so you have to know how to do that, be pretty comfortable with it. But you know how you want to do the little animals that are so good in crochet? Well, they're all done in a circle, and they're all done, it's a mathematical equation, and it's hard to count your stitches and know, like, doing it correctly. This is a really good way to learn it. First, it's on bigger everything. Second, it's not really going into a circle, which actually sort of makes it a little bit harder. It's flat, so it's easier to see what's happening. But I will have tips and tricks on how to keep your stitch count going when you're having to do this. So this is a really good precursor if you want to make any of the amigurumis, all the little, crochet animal stuff that's like all over the place. This is a really, really good way to do it. So this class is Saturday the 21st. Oh, I forgot to talk about, sorry, I have a truck backing up, but I'm not gonna stop because I've already been waiting on him and he's back around again. So this is the little holder. Now, I told you when I was off last week that I would try to see if I could make it so that it stood up better. Didn't have time for that. I didn't hardly knit at all. So, but that's the little coaster that you make also, and I guess that's still there too. So, and right now our yarns colors aren't in yet. She's checking on that to see when we're gonna be in. And I will change the class if they're not in by 21st. I'm pretty sure they will be, but I will change it because I want you to have colors, because we don't have a neutral color. And I know a lot of you are gonna wanna do that neutral color. And so we don't have it in, so we need to get it in. So don't come in for a yarn yet. I'll let you know when the yarn's in and stuff. And you can just even do it the day of, because we don't have to wind it or anything like that. So, crochet coasters, September, Saturday 21st from 12 to 2. And that's it for today. So come in, knit a top. It's summer. It will be. Maybe the top will be done before it's summer. Weather-wise, anyways. So I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.